Granola just dropped an update that changes the way meeting notes work. They've launched MCP integration, which means your meeting notes can now talk directly to Claude, ChatGPT, or whatever AI tool you use. No copying and pasting, no exporting. Your AI just knows what's happening in your meetings. Okay, but I'm getting ahead of myself. If you don't already know what Granola is, it's an AI notepad for people who are in meetings all the time. And I've got 3 things I want to show you about it today. First, how the whole product works. It's really simple. Second, the brand new MCP integration that just launched. And third, how to set this up so your meetings actually feed into your own AI workflows. The MCP integration, that's the reason I'm making this video. It's a big update, so make sure you stick around for that. Granola did agree to sponsor this video, but everything I'm showing you is how I actually use it, and I'll give you my honest take on it at the end. Here's the thing about meetings. You're trying to do 2 things at once. You're trying to listen, and you're trying to write down what's being said. And most likely, you end up doing both of them pretty badly. Then the meeting ends and you spend another 15 or 20 minutes writing up a summary, pulling out action items. Maybe you're drafting up a follow-up email. That's pretty normal. If you're doing 3 to 5 calls a day, that adds up into a lot of time every day just from meetings. Now, most tools that try to solve this send a bot into your call. You've probably seen it. When this happens, in my experience, the whole conversation just gets a bit stiff. The other person's wondering if they're being recorded. The dynamic just shifts. So Granola is better because it actually doesn't do that. Granola transcribes your computer's audio directly. No bot joins the call. Nobody knows you're recording unless you tell them. And you should do that, by the way. You could send an email ahead of time or whatever you want to do. But anyways, the point is the experience of the meeting doesn't change. And during the meeting, you take notes like you normally would. Just quick bullet points, keywords, whatever you'd scribble down. And when the meeting ends, Granola combines your notes with the full transcript and produces something that's way better than either one alone. It's an AI notepad, not a note taker. You're still taking notes yourself, as much or as little as you like. Granola just takes them and then makes them better. Let me show you what this actually looks like. Now, you've got your calendar view, your notes organized by meeting. The clean workspace here is also super minimal, nothing extra really, which I like. This matters because you're going to be looking at this after every single call. You really just need something very streamlined. So here's what happens during a meeting. I'm on a call and I'm just typing quick notes as we go. Keywords, a question I want to come back to, maybe a decision that got made, just like you might traditionally do in Apple Notes or something, or on a piece of paper while you're having the meeting. Okay, now the meeting ends. Granola processes the transcript against my notes, and look at what it gave me back. A great structured summary. Action items and key decisions are highlighted, and I can edit this how I want. And then I can draft a follow-up email in a click. And remember, we just typed a few notes and got all this back. This is so good. But Granola gets even better with something called recipes. You type the / in the chat and you get these pre-built prompts that work with your meeting context. So for me, let's say I got distracted in a meeting. I can type / what did I miss? And Granola catches me up on everything that's been discussed. No awkwardly asking people to repeat themselves or anything like that. This is big for group calls where you don't have to be like completely engaged, but you still need the meeting notes and you need to know. And that's just one of the recipes. You can type / and you can get a whole menu of pre-built prompts that work with your meeting context. Writing follow-up emails, pulling out action items, summarizing decisions, and you can create your own custom recipes for whatever you repeatedly do. If you're on a sales call every day, you could build a recipe that extracts objections, for example, in a format that your team can actually go and use. And now next, there's this chat feature. You can ask Granola questions about your meetings, not just one meeting, all of them. What did we decide about pricing last week? What were the action items from Monday? You can ask simple questions like this and it answers across everything and pulls the answers in detail. This is where it stops being a notepad and starts becoming a searchable database of everything that's happened in your meetings. Pretty amazing, but now to take it to another level, let's talk about their newest feature. So Granola just launched MCP support. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, but you don't need to know that. It's sort of like a USB port for AI tools. It lets different apps share data with each other. What this means is that Claude, ChatGPT, Cursor, or any tool that supports the protocol can now see your Granola meeting notes directly. No copying and pasting again, and no exporting or anything like that. Your AI just has the context. And now think about what that actually unlocks. Before this, your meeting notes lived inside Granola. If if you wanted to use that context in Claude, you'd have to copy and paste every time. Now your meeting notes become context for everything else that you do with AI whenever you need them. If you're running a business and using Claude for writing, strategy, client work, stuff like that, it now has all your meeting context automatically. So here I am connecting Granola's MCP to Claude. It's just like a typical integration. And now I ask Claude to draft a follow-up email based on my last meeting. Watch what happens. It pulled the meeting context from Granola automatically, and now I can have it draft an email using all of that context. I didn't have to paste anything, it just had it. Obviously, you could use this to do much more complex things, but that's just a basic example. Now, to be more complex, let's say you want Claude to look across multiple meetings. You could say, what were the key concerns raised in my last few calls? It'll go pull the relevant context from Granola and then give you an answer across everything. And if you have other MCPs connected, you could actually use Claude to string things together. It can use Granola context to go do work in Notion or in your Google Drive, whatever. It can just start working together with these tools. This just launched, and honestly, this is the most insane thing to me. The recent Claude updates plus the MCP ability allows you to use Granola in ways that were never possible, and also all kinds of other tools. I'm really excited about where all this is headed right now, but let's get back to Granola. So in addition to MCP, there are even more automation features. Granola connects to all kinds of tools you're probably already using. If you connect Slack, meeting summaries can auto-post to a channel when the call ends. Your team can see the notes without having to do anything. Granola also connects to Zapier, which means you can trigger automations every time a meeting ends. You can send summaries to an email, log calls in a spreadsheet, all that kind of stuff. Zapier connects to like 8,000 different apps. If you connect Notion to Granola, you have one-click sharing straight to your Notion workspace. That way meeting notes can land right where the rest of your projects and documents already are. Okay, so how do you actually get started? Just go to granola.ai. You can use it for free. It works on Mac and Windows and iOS. All you do is connect your calendar. Then next time you start a meeting, Granola will auto-detect that you're on a call, and that's it. It'll get to work for you. Just 3 steps. I've got a link in the description if you want to try it. I'll also put it in the pinned comment as well if you want to look there. Now, before you go, who is this actually for? If you're doing 3 or more meetings a day, this is where the time savings compound. Business owners and sales teams, anyone who's client facing and jumping between a bunch of calls, this might be the best tool for you. If you have 1 to 2 meetings a week, the free plan's probably going to be fine for you. Now, Granola is not a full CRM replacement or a full note-taking alternative. It's not supposed to replace Notion. It's supposed to do meeting notes exceptionally well, which it does. And as I mentioned earlier, the no-bot approach genuinely changes the dynamic of a meeting. Nobody wants to see a recording bot show up to their call, right? So those things, in addition to the new MCP features, are just awesome, and I cannot wait to see how this continues to evolve with AI. Your meetings aren't just notes in an app anymore. They're context your AI can actually use long-term. Your library of meeting notes will keep growing, and it'll get more useful. I highly suggest you give it a try. If you want to discover more AI tools that are actually useful, check out these other videos that I made. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.